Hello, folks. Welcome back to Pony Island. Now, I've already got some videos up on Canvas. I've already been working on this a little bit here and there. At this point, I have pretty much finalized the server configuration and everything. At least I hope. I have my fingers crossed. This is just ridiculous. I'm sorry. It's really bothering me. But well, okay, we'll deal with this. This is no, because now it's cutting off the buttons at the bottom. Oh goodness. All right. We are going to adjust in game then our resolution to do something else. Anyway, I was distracted. So at this point, I think I've got everything more or less finalized the way that I want it to. I think I have worked all the bugs out. Of course, we won't know for sure until we have 20 some odd students in here all hacking the game at once. Still expect problems. We are playing with it's not an optimized game. I mean, it's amazing and everything, but it's not an optimized game. It's kind of old at this point. We're going to have 20 some odd students, 22 students in there, all working theoretically, potentially at the same time. And we're going to be hacking it. So you're going to run into problems. Okay, so just be prepared to deal with that. I have already done goodness gracious. I've already done a couple of quality of life improvement hacks, and what I want to do this time is do the first real quest, which is until the cows come home. Now, we're going to go through the whole thing because I don't think I've obtained the quest on this account yet. But last time, what I did was, well, hold on, I'll pull it up and I'll show you. All right, so here we are last time. I'm going to mute myself and we'll just play picture-in-picture here. So while you see me jabbering on the screen there, what I did last time is, just as you saw in previous videos, I was able to intercept the traffic from the game client and figure out what the movement packets were, the player position packets, and then parse those out into coordinates, and then using the proxy, I was able to monitor my current coordinates and basically moved my character. If I fast forward here a bit, I was able to just move my character in that direction. Here you see me monitoring my current position here in the video. I'm running out into the middle of the ocean, and at the time I was really confused because I was like, maybe this isn't working, or I got the wrong coordinates or something, because I thought there wasn't anything out there. Now I know there is something out there. And what I was thinking about doing this time is maybe working on the function that gets the Pony Express stations that the player has already visited, triggering that, and then just using the Pony Express to jump out there. But I was thinking about it, and I think that might be a little bit too much too soon. This is the first quest after all. So I think what I'm going to do instead is show you how we obtained those coordinates from Wireshark, which I have a separate video on how to do that, but I will show you again in just a moment. Get those coordinates, and then we'll use Cheat Engine in order to essentially teleport there. Okay? So, let me fast forward a bit so you can see when I finally do discover the island. So there's a separate stage out there somewhere. There's the island in the middle of nowhere, essentially. Just trying to get to those coordinates, and here's the cow chest coordinates, but I'll show you again how I obtained those this time. And that's what we're trying to get to, is this little island right here. So the first thing we're going to do is, of course, we're going to get in the game. I happen to be out here by the pirate ship. That's just where I logged off. I don't think I have the quest yet, but that means we are close to the quest giver. So here's the road. There's some giant rats. There's the pirate ship. Magma rocks over there. We're going to go around through Pirate Bay back to the gold farm. The gold farm is where Some Ting Wong resides, and Some Ting Wong is the quest giver for until the cows come home. Oops, I did just pass the entrance. So there's Some Ting Wong. He's got some biggies. He's got some cheapies, but he's got no cows. Let's talk to him. Eat. Press E to unlock chest. What chest? What? 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 Hopefully this doesn't bug us out so we can't talk to him. Oh my god, we can't talk to him because there's something wrong. Something's gone terribly wrong. What? Alright, hopefully something... Hopefully I haven't borked up the game already. My god, I haven't even done anything. Let's log out and log back in. Join. Okay. Please work this time. Oh my god. How did I break the game that soon? I haven't even done anything yet. Okay, this is what we're going to do then. We're going to exit out of the game, and we're going to go back. I don't remember. I have 4 versions of this game right now. I've got like this one at home. I've got a laptop, and I don't know which state this is in. So what I'm going to do is exit the game, replace my GameLogic DLL with the default version, and then log back in. So give me a moment. All right, got our original OG GameLogic DLL back, which means I'm not going to have a speed hack, but that's okay because we're teleporting, so I shouldn't need it. All right, so it's connected there, and it crashed. Okay. It's new. That's new. Well, at least now you see what I was saying when I said be prepared to struggle a bit. I mean, you know, it is what it is. Crashing on login is a new one, though. I'm not sure what that's about. Turn the music off. I mean, there shouldn't be anything in the GameLogic DL that would prevent me from logging on. I don't think, anyway. There we go. Alright, back at the gold farm. Back to Something Wong. Yep, I am once again moving at a snail's pace, but that is as intended. Hey, what are you doing over here by yourself, buddy? All the other cheapies are over there. You coming here to hang out with the pigs? Even they seem to have ostracized you. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Life can be challenging and difficult at times, especially when you don't quite fit in. Well, at least you have the tree. And some hay. It's not all bad, buddy. Oh yeah, something wrong. Please don't be bugged out. I don't know why it would be, because... Alright, there we go. Eat a talk. Thank you. Welcome to the gold farm. I farm all day to provide for this island, but it has all gone wrong. What's wrong? My cows are missing. One night I heard a massive amount of thunder, then my cows disappeared. I have no idea where they went. I will let you know if I see them. And now we have, as you can see in the corner, I have until the cows come home, the mission to find the lost cows. And I see a glow back here, which attracted me as a moth to a flame, but there's nothing. There is nothing. You! I sense that you're in charge of this group of pigs. Can you tell me why you have ostracized my friend sheep over there? You think you're so cool, don't you? All of you pigs. Elitist swine. Oh my god, they're invincible. The pigs cannot be killed. There shall be no bacons. Anyway, can I kill the sheep, though? Let me end your suffering, friend. There is no loneliness on the other side. No pain. No, apparently not. Alright, so I got the quest. The question now is, where do we find the cows? So up on canvas, let me grab it. Hold on, that's not... I gotta find it now, just a moment. Here we go. So up on canvas, in the games files, I have under tools, Wireshark, I have the Lua script that we use to parse the traffic for the game. And I have taken a pcap of me logging into the game, and I think it's just a login and then instantiation. So let's save that, back up into this horrendously deep directory structure that I have devised for this game. All right, I don't care. Stop doing this. All right, there's Wireshark, and I'm going to grab that pcap. There it is. And this is without the Lewis script. Which is, well, let me throw, let's do it without the Lewis script, it's fine. Yeah, it should still, no, it's not gonna, no, I am gonna need the Lewis script. Okay, so let me also grab, because I don't have that apparently here on my office. By the way, coming back to the office, in the office physically, after about 2 weeks of not being here, and now, and I don't know if this was the case before, but it certainly seems to be now, everything in my office is sort of covered in a fine layer of moisture, not like to a level where I'm concerned that anything would be damaged, but to the point where everything feels kind of wet and sticky, and my mouse is not exactly nicely gliding across my mouse pad. And it's weird. It feels weird. It feels gross. I don't like it. But it is what it is. All right, so we take that Lewis script. I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to put that into, I think it was under app data. Wireshark. And I think that I can create a new folder called plugins, and then I think I put it in there, if I remember correctly. And then I can reload Lua plugins, and now I can column preferences, new column. This one will be, oh, yeah, we'll just do a data here, and we'll do custom 3. Let's see, opcode. All right, and let me do this. All right. So now that I've added that back in there, you can see in that column we have tons and tons of attributes here that Lewis script, that plugin, will parse out for us. I just added the opcodes so that I could show you more or less what we're looking at. I'm going to have to expand it out anyway to show you. But now that we have the opcodes there, you can see that when we do a login, the first thing we do is update our player position in the game. Then something runs, and we can see there's a bunch of new elements that come in, and then after that we have update, because this is just a login, and I think just a login and me moving around a little bit. And oh, here we have jumps as well. So, but I'm not really doing anything except for kind of moving around a little bit so that you can see the data stream. What we're interested in right now, however, is this instantiation, this 1023-bit new element. So let's go to that, and we can expand that out. We can see this is the Potent Adventure 3 Game Server Protocol. Again, if you do not see this, it means that your Lua plugin is either didn't run or isn't in the right place. But as you saw, you can just drop that into app data, roaming Wireshark, create a directory called plugins, drop it in there, and then you can go to analyze and reload Lua plugins, and then it showed up for me. No fuss, no muss. So what we're interested in, though, is we have all of these different objects that are instantiated. So we know that some objects are instantiated on an ad hoc basis, like the bears we fight, the giant rats and whatnot. Those spawn when we get close enough, and we know that they despawn when we get far enough away. And we figured out that there is a quote-unquote safe zone around the town where if you cross that invisible boundary, all enemies will despawn. Right, so we know that. But not every object in the game is instantiated ad hoc. They are instantiated when the game world loads for the player. And those are the really important objects, like the quest chests, the golden eggs, the Balmer Peak egg and Balmer Peak poster, which for some reason are, well, the Balmer Peak poster is like that. Is it XQC or something like that? No, wait, that's a streamer. XCKD, I think. Whatever that comic is up on the wall. And then there's an egg here, which is different than the others. And we have also important NPCs. Justin Tolerable is the guy who gives us the bear quest. Farmer is Something Wong, who we just talked about. The bush that we destroy on our way out of the cave. But yeah, so what we're looking for, however, is the cow chest, right? It's not near Something Wong. We didn't see it there. So it's gotta be somewhere near where we're looking, right? So we can expand that out and see where is it instantiated, and then we'll get our location, our X, Y, and Z coordinates. This is where we want to be, right? That will take us to the cows, presumably. So now the question is how do we get there? And the last time what I did, if you go back to that video, is I got those coordinates. I fired up, well, I had the proxy, but we could fire up Wireshark, keep an eye on our X, Y, and Z coordinates, and just go in the game and keep moving in that direction. However, I have two problems with that. Number one, I already did it last time, and if you want to see how I did it, just go watch that video. Why would I re-record something the same way twice? The whole point of, well, not the whole point, but my personal objective this semester is to try to do things differently than I did last time. And also, number two, now that I have the old GameLogic DLL, due to that weird bug where it thought Something Wong was a chest for some reason. Oh, look at that, jeez. ADHD, sorry. Now that I've replaced GameLogic DLL with the original, I am moving at a snail's pace, and I will be damned if I'm going to spend an hour walking out into the middle of the ocean. So instead of just walking there to those coordinates this time, we are going to use Cheat Engine to teleport there. Or we're going to try to anyway. So here we have our game client. Here we have Cheat Engine. And I did do a little video before about Cheat Engine and how to use it, but no time like the present to really get started. So we open up Cheat Engine, and we're going to attach that to the process for Pwn Adventure 3, 32-bit PC, blah, 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 the game client process. And when we do, we have the ability to search through memory for variables. It's a memory scanning tool, essentially. Now, we know that our coordinates, at least effectively in the game, use X, Y, and Z, and we know that because the game client, when it sends and receives packets, it receives position packets on X, Y, and Z coordinates. The truth is more complicated than that. We actually have, first of all, two sets of coordinates to worry about. Set number one is our character model, which currently is moving around, and we cannot see it because we are in first-person view. But if we hit P, we can see clearly we have two sets of coordinates, because one of those will be for our character model, which we now can see because we're in third-person view, and the second set of coordinates will be for the camera, which is currently following our character model around, but will have its own set of coordinates to go along with it. The two, at least for the time being, happen to be tied together because the camera is following the character model around. And in reality, we're not really looking at X, Y, and Z coordinates. It's effectively X, Y, and Z coordinates, but what we're actually looking at is quaternions, meaning that the X, Y, and Z coordinates are not out on a grid beginning at 0, 0 in the center of the island or even in one corner of the island. What we're actually talking about is a set of 4 values, which will essentially equate to X, Y, Z, and what do they call the other one? D, I believe it is, which actually refers to, rather than coordinates on a map like you would get with something like Battleship, only in 3D, what you actually get is essentially your character model's position in reference to a distant vector. So we still have X, Y, Z, we just have a 4th coordinate to prevent what's known as gimbal lock, meaning that if two values along two axes are the same, if you're doing X, Y, and Z, then it can be impossible to determine if the two of them become aligned. Let's say that X and Z become aligned. then it's impossible to move one without the other because their values are identical, and any movement in any direction essentially signifies a change for that particular vector. Quaternions help us to avoid the problem. But as I said, this is getting more complicated than we need it to be, because as far as the game client is concerned, X, Y, and Z is fine, and so as far as we're concerned, X, Y, and Z is fine. The problem is that we don't, I could find our current position if I set Wireshark to capture. We are sending player position packets right now. We definitely are. We know that that happens pretty much every second, every tick rather, in the game. But I could do that, but I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna use cheat engine to try and just figure out what my current position is. All right, so since I don't know what they currently are, what we need to do is we need to scan for an unknown initial value, and this is going to provide a ton of results, far more than I will ever be able to sift through. Okay? Actually, I'm going to get into a good position. Well, excuse me. So let's deselect that. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to get a good position for inferring my current position. And that means I need to be able to control the direction in which I move. You notice that the terrain is uneven, which means that if I move in this direction, I'm changing at least 2 of those XYZ values because I am moving up, because the ground is uneven, and also in one direction. And I have no idea if this direction coincides directly with one of the X, Y, and Z values, so I could be changing 2 positions if I'm moving on a diagonal here. So what I'm saying is, by moving on uneven terrain, I could be changing all 3 values, which is fine for getting started, but I am going to want to be in a position to isolate these values soon. So actually, on top of the fence is perfect. All right. So let's scan for those unknown values here. All right. So I have 183,528,128 results. I still don't know exactly which are which, but I am going to search for a changed value compared to the first scan, because I don't know if it's going to go up. I don't know if it's going to go down because I don't know what my current position is, but I do know that as soon as I move my character, it will not be the same value. Oop. Now search that. So we are now down to 126,838,658, and we're only showing the first 10 million of those. So we have quite a few that are changed. All right, so now we are going to uncheck compare to the first scan, because we actually want to compare it to the last scan. You notice that when I uncheck that, the first column turns green. If I uncheck it, it goes to the previous column. It's just highlighting which one we're comparing it to. So we're going to search for now an unchanged value. I have only been standing in one place and I have not moved, so my position should not have changed. You can see that there are values that are constantly changing, and who knows what those are related to. So let's do our next scan. And now we're down to 125 million, and I'm just going to wait a couple of seconds because we can see there are some values changing still, and we're going to run the scan again to weed some more out. 125,563,345. Okay, now we are going to search for a changed value, but before I hit that button, we're going to move around a little bit. We're going to go up the hill here, and I'm going to move over here into the grass. And now it will be a changed value compared to the previous scan. Now we are down to 628,008 results, which is much, much, much better. Still not enough for us to sift through manually, but it is an improvement. So now we're going to switch back to an unchanged value because I've been standing still. And next scan, we're down to 473,000. We're going to wait a second or two. And we're going to next scan again. And now we're going to search for a changed value. And we're going to go back over this way to my friend the Lonely Sheep. And changed value. Okay, next scan. 215,000. Still quite a few to go. Let's continue this process. Jump back on the fence. Boop. Changed value, yes. Next scan. All right, 138,000. So we're getting there slowly but surely. Move down a little bit. Move down a little bit. Nope, not what I want. Next scan. 87,672. We're getting closer. We're getting closer. These values that we're seeing here, they're simply being displayed. We don't know exactly what kind of variable they are. They could be floats, they could be ints, they could be any number of things. So the way that they're being represented here isn't necessarily telling us very much, because until we are sure of what we're looking at, there's a chance that it may be anything. All right, unchanged value, because we've been standing still. I have been, okay, actually I can't recall if I just accidentally moved or not, so we're actually going to go back to a changed value, and we're going to move down a little bit more. And now we'll scan again. Now we're going to switch back to an unchanged value. We're just going to sit here for a second. We're at 80,428. Not seeing a lot of them that are changing, but there are a couple of them. So next scan, 65,516. I'm just going to sit here and not move again. And next scan, 63,852, and another second or two. For next scan, 62,000. Okay, we're going to go back to a changed value. And we're going to move over here. Sheep. 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 Okay. Beep, beep, beep. And now we're going to search for the changed value again, and we're down to 40,000. I think we can rule out these ones here at the top, but we still have a lot to go here. So let's search for an unchanged value again, because we have a bunch of them here that happen to be just kind of changing on their own. 34,000. These ones we can rule out, because 16 and 17, even though we don't know what kind of variable it is, would be just a strange... we know we're looking for a float. Or do we? No, these could be ints. I'm going to move. I'm going to jump. Changed value. Holding still. Unchanged value. We're down to 20,000 now, by the way. Next scan, 19,000. Oh, we can get an idea, by the way, even though I'm not using Wireshark to see my current position, which obviously would be the easiest thing, which I might end up doing because this is actually getting kind of boring. But we can see where the farmer's instantiated here. So the farmer's at 21,553, 41, blah, 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 blah. We can move over to the farmer and see if any of those variables match in the cheats engine. Something Wong. Quick, hold still. I'm going to use you as a reference point. So we have all these values here, obviously, that don't match up with that. Hold on, let me move the game client over a little bit so I can see those values. Let's see, we've got... Nope. We're looking for changed value here, by the way, because we just moved. Down to 18,000 now. 21, nope, that's not right. 12, nope. 40, this, nope, because that's changing and we're not moving, so that's not it. Unchanged value. Let's scan, 17,000. All right, we're at a point here I think we can begin to isolate the values here. So let's isolate our values here. And we're going to do that by engineering a situation where we can be sure that the variable will be moving in one direction or another. Okay? So hoping for here? Changed value through this game. We're down to 15,000, which is so few to go through, but still. Oh, what's this? 41,000. Oh, that's too big. That's 416,000. Thought we just happened upon it there for a moment. All right. Well, we are in a situation here where we can engineer our view. All right. So I'm on the fence. So I know that the z coordinate should be bigger the taller we are, the farther up we are. Yeah. I'm on a fence, right? So if I jump off the fence, then that value should be lower. So I could change the scan type to a value that has decreased. And if I can find one of the coordinates, I'll probably be able to find all of them because they all should be right near each other in memory, right? Because when the player position is instantiated in the game, it's going to allocate X, Y, and Z all together, right? And it's actually going to allocate X, Y, and Z for the player position and the camera kind of all at the same time. So I should have the position for the camera and the position for the player sort of all in the same place. I ought to, anyway. But I'm also wondering if that's necessary because we're making decent progress here. We're only down to 15,000. So let's go with an unchanged value here. We're down to 14,000. I feel like if we just keep plugging at this for another couple minutes, we would just get it. But I also don't want to waste your time. But I'm also wasting your time by sitting here deliberating. 14,000. Yeah, let's keep at it. Or I could just fire. I could just use Wireshark here to capture this. It would be so much faster. Because then I would know exactly what values to search for. Yeah, let's do that. Let's use our Something Wong as a reference point. Okay, here's Something Wong, and we know that Something Wong's coordinates are 21,553 on the X, 41,232 on the Y, and 2133 on the Z. So now I can search for a value between, because my values aren't going to be exactly the same, because I'm not in exactly his position, but we can search for 41,200 and 41,500. Actually, let's do this 42,000. Let's just do 42 or 41,000 and 42,000. And oh, we have nothing now. Okay, we need a new scan. Value between 41,000 and 42,000 per scan. Okay. All right, now we're going to look for a changed value, and we're going to move. And actually, I'm going to move more than that, just because I don't know which one's X and which one's Y, so I should move on a diagonal. And compared to the first scan, it's a changed value, and okay. We're down to 1,479. I want a value that is now static or hasn't changed because I haven't moved compared to the last scan. Okay, and we'll hit that again, 186, and we'll hit that again, and we'll hit that again, and again. And we still keep having movers are showing up. Okay, 141. Some of these values look like they could be right. Some of them certainly are not. I still haven't moved, and there's still values changing, so I'm weeding those out. These ones look promising. So let's go back here. Let us move again. on a diagonal again. And these ones would have changed compared to the last scan. Okay, we're down to 65, and this now would be unchanged because we have not moved. We're down to 19. Now we're down to 11. Now we're down to 9. Now we're down to 8. Now we're down to 7. All right, so we have still those promising values remain. So let me move the game client over a little bit. Let me move cheat engine over a little bit. There, so you can see those values. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move and I'm going to see what happens to those values. They are not changing. So I made a mistake somewhere, and I made a mistake, and I weeded out the values we were looking for. Dang it. All right. Let's just do this the easier way then, and we will fire up Wireshark and wait, what am I attached to? Ethernet. Oh, let me apply the filter here. Actually, it just occurred to me I can't recall now which of these we were doing. So we'll just do a capture of this. And we're going to need to stop that and then build a filter. There we go. IP source equals that. That. Or IP destination equals. All right, and now we need to add some columns. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's get rid of info. Let's get rid of protocol. Let's column preferences and add our X, Y, and Z coordinates. Stop doing that, please. Own 3, position X. Stop doing that. I should be on Do Not Disturb. Why in God's name am I being disturbed? Own 3, position Y. Good God. And position Z. All right. Okay. All right. We have done it, although Z doesn't seem to be showing up. Or it is, but it's cut off. Yes, it's cut off. All right. Let's slide these. Oh, come on now. Come on now. Just want to be able to see my X, Y, and Z. That's all. Damn, that is... I do not care. Wow, that's not at all. I do not care for Wireshark's freaking interface. Oh. There. I'm happy. Are you happy? I think we're all happy. All right. Now let's start her up again. Continue without saving. All right. Filters on. Location is updating. All right. So now we can see where we're at. Kind of, sort of, because I tell you, good help is so hard to find. Slide it over just a bit. All right, there we go. Now we can see. All right. When I move, it moves. All right. Now I can see what my position. Oh my God, my position changes so much. It's so fast. All right. So now I can pull up Cheat Engine. And we can start all over again with a new scan. And we know that we're looking for a value. Let's start with the x-axis. I'm currently at 20,685.6. So it is a float. So we can change this to float. And 2685. There we go. 429 values have been found. Now we'll search for an unchanged value compared to the first scan. Do a next scan. We're down to 374. It's a float, so we'll, there may be some discrepancy here, but now we're down to 354. All right. Let's start by experimenting a bit. Let's do another unchanged scan. Oh, I'm comparing it to the first scan. I didn't move, did I? I don't think so. All right, so we are going to do 350 is still a lot. 342. All right, now we're going to do a changed scan, and we're going to move. Okay. Changed compared. Yes, changed compared to the last scan. 330. Now unchanged compared to the last scan. 321. 312. 308. Keep clicking. Keep clicking. Keep clicking. And now we'll do a changed value. Compared to the last scan. Yes, next scan. And we're currently at 19,260.7, and you can see that that jives with many of the values that we're seeing here. So we're going to do A/B testing. We're going to do over/under testing, and what we're going to do is we are going to grab a group, and we're going to quickly change their values. So we're going to highlight a group here, and what I've done is I've just grabbed a group that has the apparent value of our current X position. I'm going to right click and we're going to change the value of selected addresses, and we are going to change them to what we were originally at. And we're going to see if we teleport to that location. So you can see our first scan was 2685. Was it 0.6 or 0.7? We'll do 0.7. All right, we changed it, but we actually didn't move. So we're going to right click and change the value back to the previously saved value of the last scan. Okay. And we do that so we don't work things up too badly. We're going to skip these ones because they're not anywhere near what the value we're looking for is. And we're just going to scroll down a little bit, and we're going to grab, I don't know, another group of them, and we're going to do the same thing. Change the value of the selected address, 2685.7. We did teleport there. All right, so we did change our position, which is perfect. It's exactly what we wanted to do. However, we notice that the position isn't updating here. Yeah, weird. Weirdly, it didn't change the position being ported. Let's try that again. Yeah, see, now these values are all over the place. Last scan. We are teleporting, though. So the value is in here somewhere. This one, we noticed that here's our 20,052.3. This is the only one that is updating. I bet this is it. So let's go back and change this value. Let's do 2685.7. No, apparently not. No, it's not. This is definitely related to our current position, but it's clearly not what we're looking for in terms of player position that's being reported. So All right, let's grab a smaller group this time, and we'll change the value of these selected addresses to 2865.7. Okay, it's in that group. We know that. Let's grab half of those to 21 to 685.7. Okay, it's somewhere in that group, so we'll grab half of those. We'll do the bottom half, I guess. 2685.7. Okay, it's not there, so we know that it's in this group somewhere, so we'll start with this one. 2685.7, that's not that one. 2685.7, not that one, so it must be this one. Bingo. All right, so we're going to change this to position X. Okay, and we're going to get rid of these two. So we have searched, we have found, and we have discovered our X position. Let's see what else we have here. Let us browse this memory region. All right. And what this allows us to do is see what's going on here. Here's our assembly instructions, and here's the locations that we have in memory. Let me move around a little bit and see if we can see any changes. Yeah, see, when I move the camera, we can see the red values there. Those are values that are being updated in real time in memory. And if I actually move my character, there we go. So as I said, because the character and camera are instantiated together and they all require position coordinates, they should be relatively close together, and that's definitely what we're seeing here. When I move, we see certain values are updating. Those are our position coordinates. So let me actually, I'm going to shrink our client here a little bit. Let's do this. Yeah, that'll give us a little bit more real estate to work with here. All right, so when move this up here. All right, so the address for this, our position X here, is 06470.520. So 06470.520 right here. That's this line. I can't highlight it, but it's the top line here that we're looking at. So if I move, there we go. We can see that the values are 2-byte pair, and we can see that 3 of them are updating each time. Let me switch to P here. And we see no updates as I move the camera. This is the roll, pitch, and yaw. If I move, then we get that. And what we're getting when we move that is the character model will be in one position, camera is in another. And when I switch from third to first person, we did see a change there, although it didn't change that time. All right, so we know that those values are related, and if I move certain ways, we can see that only 2 of the values updates sometimes. But that means that 2-4 right here, this one, let's do let us, how do I manually, I know I can manually add them. Calculator for us. Create header. There we go. Add address manually. So we know that 06470.524 should be our Y position. And we can see that that equals to 40,766.76. And if we look at Wireshark, yeah, our current Y position is 40,766.76. So there we go. That's going to be our Y position right there. Position Y. Let's go back to that memory view and see what else changes. So then at 28, you can see that there's 2-byte pairs, and then there's the others that are being updated. That must be our Z position. We can test that out if we just jump or go up higher or something like that. So let's go back and add address manually, and this would be 06470.528. It is a float, and this will be our position Z. That gives us a value of 2437, and if we look here, 20, yeah, well, that's not exactly right, no, but It should be pretty close. All right, and we can see that those values are updating as we move our character around. If you look down at Cheat Engine right now. Okay, almost done. I swear to God, we're almost there. Now what we need to do is let's first stop capturing here and let us go back to our PCAP file. Continue without saving. Thank you very much. And we're going to get rid of our filter because it does not apply. All right. All right, we're not looking for that. We're not looking for that. Let's collapse all these. Come on. Lava chest, bomber peak egg, bomber peak poster, great balls of fire, bear chest, cow chest. All right, so get our game client. We can see those positions. Let's get Cheat Engine. We can see those positions. All right, now all we need to do is enter in those coordinates, or at least ought to do. So we can see that the X coordinate for the cow chest is 252920. So 252920. Update that value. We can see in the game client, we teleported back to where we were before. Oh no. Did we only find the position for the camera and not actually for ourselves? Let's test it out. 252920. What in the Sam Hill? Oh dear, dear, dear. I think that we have not actually grabbed the XYZ coordinates. I think we have grabbed the XYZ coordinates only for the camera, but that's fine because they're near each other. So let's move the game client over so we can see what's going on again. And we also see that there are 3 other values that update, those things that are in red. Beginning with this one right here, which is actually 064702568. We need to add that in. Or no, sorry. Yeah, 68. So 06470 568. Hold on. Yeah, cancel. Hold on a sec. It's this one right here. Oh, 48. Sorry. Cancel. Add address manually. There we go. That one. And that's a float. And OK. And change this to real pos x. All right, now let's try that. 252920. I don't understand. I'm going to hit that checkbox there to lock that position. Yeah, no, that's not our position. What is it then? It's something that's following us. If by locking the position, what ought to happen is we basically should not be able to move along that axis. And I'm seeing that there's some stutter going on, but it's not right. What have we discovered here? All right, I'm going to lock in these positions. Oops. 252920. All right. I mean, we're out in the middle of nowhere. It keeps flashing us back. This is not behavior I noticed the last time I attempted this at all. So I'm really confused what's going on. It's almost like it's teleporting me back every tick. And I'm with those values checked, it's keeping me there. Like it's teleporting me back and forth. This is bizarre because this is not behavior I noticed before. I'm gonna hold on. Let's take a look here and see what happens when I'm gonna move this over. I'm gonna uncheck these. See if those values change when we teleport back. Because it's almost like it's doing position validation, but it's doing it in a really terrible way. Where like the server is moving player position instead of just kicking for fly hacking or something. Yeah, and when I did that, it came all the way back. Weird. Okay. Interesting, but strange. We definitely have position values here. That's definitely what we're looking at. For sure. What are those values that keep updating though? What are these? It's like randomly they're updating. These position values match, and they should, because the camera and the character model are one and the same right now because I'm in first person view. So one of these is the camera position and one of them is the player position. If I go into third person view, yeah. So like these, no, it's still the same. All right, I'm interested. What are you? You are changing. I'm going to copy this address and we're going to add it in manually. It's a weird value, whatever it is. I have no idea what that is. It's something related to position. It doesn't. I don't think it's a float though. I mean, look, and it's not. Okay, it's camera. Okay, it's the camera position, but only when I'm in first person view. Third person view has different values. This is camera position in first person view, and there's many values associated with it that I'm not understanding. Okay, let's go back. I'm gonna try moving to setting, I should say, setting the location. Oh, but I need to get my real position, X, Y, and Z first. All right. Here's the next one. Copy that address, add address manually, boom, and this will be real pos Y. And then I'll come back here. Address, copy, cancel, add address manually, boom, real position Z. I mean, they should be identical values. They're not. They should be. All right. So now move this over. I'm just going to go. I'm going to try the real position here first. Set this to 252,920. Set this to negative 245,380. And set this to 1170. That didn't do it. So 1170. That's 1170. Y is negative 245,380. And here we have 252,920. And I'm was inside the chest. Oh, I forgot to lock those positions. That's my bad. 1170. Negative 254,380. Nope, wrong value. And 252,920. All right, I am inside the chest. At least I was briefly anyway. So weird. This is so weird. I might need the proxy to just interrupt or whatever. I want to see what's going on. Let's get that Wireshark capture going again. And I'm going to move the game client over. And I want to add that filter again. Please. There we go. All right, I just want to see what's going on here, if like it's updating my position or what. As long as I don't move. Yeah, see my update location? That packet is my actual current position, like unteleported. So it's not sending an update location packet for the teleport. So I need to do that, it seems. Looks like I'm going to need to set up a proxy. Because we did find the coordinates. We're definitely teleported there, but it's not updating our location in the game. Which is weird, because this isn't the experience that I could have sworn that when I did the Unbearable Revenge Challenge last summer, I did not need to send an update location packet. I just needed to edit those values. Then again, I did have a proxy last summer, and the very presence of the proxy may have been enough. Okay, well, then I'm going to do one more video on Until the Cows Come Home, where I set up a proxy, and we send a player position packet then, and that's just fine with me. So we'll do a part 2. All right, we'll see you on that one. I'm just gonna get my stuff together, and then we'll hit record, and we'll come back to this.